Good morning. Good morning from Adele. How are you? I'm Adele M. Anderson from fulfillyourdestiny.ca, and I'm coming to you live on Facebook from the Sunshine Coast. Beautiful Malaspina Strait out in front of us, and I'd like you to just enjoy it for a second. This morning I want to talk to you about food. I want to talk to you about what food is your best friend. I know what mine is. What food is the food that you reach for, that you're confident when you're feeling crappy, and these are the foods that really hold us back. They're more likely processed or junk food, high in saturated fats, sugar, salt, and probably come in bright, crinkly packages. So we have to understand that these types of food are really high marketing. These are companies that know their stuff, and they know exactly how to get us to pick their product up off the shelf, where it's situated on the shelf, what it looks like, and the high fat contents, sugar contents, salt contents all make us desire it, especially when we feel bad about ourselves, especially when we're not having a great day. And why is that? Well, we have a mechanism in our brain that puts chemicals into our system that helps to bring us back up. And there's a bunch of chemicals involved, but we always talk about dopamine. And this is a chemical that gets released whenever we do something pleasurable. And when we eat our favorite junk food, that's considered a pleasurable experience, and our brain rewards us with that feel-good flush through our system. But did you know that it's also linked to things like heart disease, yes, cancer, type 2 diabetes, and loneliness? And the other thing that it's linked to is our inability to lose weight. So when we reach for those dopamine foods, we actually have other choices. There are foods that naturally make this flush happen within our bodies. And once we start to engage in that type of eating, our systems won't have those highs and lows, like when you have the sugar crash, when you come off of your coffee, or after you eat a pastry, that sort of thing. So dopamine foods are foods that are high in amino acids. So they're a great antioxidant food as well. So there's lots of other benefits. They're sort of like a free antibiotic, free of artificial sweeteners, those types of things that really trigger the dopamine production on the negative side and really drive our behavior and stop us from losing weight. So you can eat lots of vegetables that are very high in folic acid, other types of amino-rich types of fruits, natural antidepressant vegetables which contain betaine, B-E-T-A-I-N-E. Sources that are high in vitamin B6 also stimulate dopamine production. Probiotics, curcumin or turmeric, ginkgo, and the L-theanine in green tea. And something simple that we all have probably on our kitchen counter every day is bananas. So what I'd like to do with you today is run a little NLP session, neuro-linguistics programming session with you, which will allow you to get rid of a food that is dominating your behavior. For me, it was cheesies. I couldn't walk down the grocery aisle and not pick up a bag of cheesies. I loved those orange finger staining foods. I loved how they tasted in my mouth. I loved how they crunched. I loved how satisfied I felt when I ate cheesies. But now, I can't eat them. I haven't been able to eat them since I've done this NLP session with myself. And it's been probably 6 or 8 months, and if I see a bag of cheesies, I want to gag. So if you'd like to join me in this really fun little session, then I'd like you to close your eyes. And just take a couple of deep breaths in. And that always helps us relax when we fill our lungs with oxygen. Feel our chest expand and our shoulders drop. And then exhale. Again, take a deep breath in. Fill your lungs to capacity. Feel it reach out into your fingertips, and then let it go. Just let it go from your body. Just as simply and easily as that. Take another deep breath in. And this time, as you take your deep breath in and exhale at your own pace, I'd like you to picture in your mind a piece of junk food that you'd like to remove from your diet. And I want you to look at it clearly in your mind's eye. I want you to see it from all angles. I want you to see the shape of it. I want you to see the color, the brightness or the dullness, and see if there's any movement to it. Is it just sitting there? Is it in the package? Can you see it? Can you feel it? What is the texture of it? What comes off of it? Is there color coming off on your hands? Is there some sort of salt or sugar coming off on your hands? Is it sticky? Is it hard? Is it soft? What does it taste like? Roll it around in your taste buds in your mind's eye and really feel the texture in your mouth. What it feels like inside your body when you do that. Are there feelings of satisfaction? Are there feelings of guilt? What feelings do you have connection to that food? I want you to hear if there's a sound when you opened the package or when you bit into it. Was there a sound to it? I want you to understand everything about this food and make it really real in your mind as you just sit here, breathing in and breathing out. And when you've got it fully in your mind, I'd like you to just open your eyes for just a second. Good. Take a deep breath in again, and I invite you to close your eyes. And this time, as we relax with our morning, I want you to imagine a food or a substance that you really dislike. For me, it's liver, so I used liver. But you'll have your own. So whatever that is, I'd like you to picture it in your mind right now. And possibly you can even feel your cheeks, the lower jaw, feel like you're getting a little bit of sour in your mouth. That would be the ideal food or substance for you to choose, something that you really don't like. And now I want you to look at it fully. I want you to give it a shape and a color and a texture. I want you to give it a taste. What does it feel like in your mouth? Where does it sit in your stomach? What happens to your body? What happens with the feeling of your body when you put that in your mouth, in your mind's eye? Does it make your body turn inward? Does it make you feel very tight and tense? I want you to turn that around, and I really want you to see what it feels like, tastes like, sounds like when you eat it, when you open the package. Is it sticky or is it dry? What comes off on your hand? Is there an odor to it? What does it smell like? When you bring in the scent of it, what does it do to you? And what happens afterwards? Like when it's cooking, is there a bigger aroma? What happens to that? And when you have it fully in your mind's eye, then I'd like you to open your eyes. And now this time, what we're going to do is we're going to imagine a tic-tac-toe board. So a tic-tac-toe board has the two long lines that way and the two lines that cross it. So there's actually 9 squares. And that's a tic-tac-toe board. So when I ask you to close your eyes again, invite you to close your eyes, please imagine that the tic-tac-toe board is within reach, just in front of your face. And as you picture it there, I'd like you to reach out in your mind's eye and grab your favorite food. Actually feel yourself grasp it. And I want you to place it into one of the squares of the tic-tac-toe board. And just look at it there. It's sitting in one of the squares that you've chosen within your tic-tac-toe board. And now I'd like you to look around in your mind's eye, and I'd like you to find the food that you really hate, the substance that you really hate. And I invite you to reach out in your mind's eye and grab that. I want you to feel that. And I want you to drag it up and put it into another square of the tic-tac-toe board. And now when you look at your tic-tac-toe board, you can see the food that you like and the food or the substance that you really don't like. They're sitting there somewhere in your board. So take a deep breath in, and I want you to grab the substance that you hate, and I want you to drag it across your tic-tac-toe board and on top of the food that you do like, the food that we're going to remove from your diet. And I want you to grind it together. I want you to mush it together. Fully mush it together so that it becomes one item. And now look at it. I want you to give it a shape. I want you to give it a texture, a color, an odor. What does it feel like? Is it sticky? Is it dry? Is it on your hands? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? Know it fully. And when you do, you can open your eyes. So that was a little neurolinguistics programming session. You'll be surprised at how powerful it is. I invite you to go to the grocery store on your next visit and try to buy this food that you have wanted to remove from your diet. It's a quick little easy session that you can do on multiple different types of foods to remove them from your diet because they no longer serve you. They are unhealthy and create all kinds of problems for our little bellies and for our skin tone and our clarity and just our overall health. So thank you for staying tuned for today's session. I really enjoy doing these little sessions with you, and I hope that you found that fun. I'm just going to step aside and allow you to take a look at the view here on the beautiful Sunshine Coast of British Columbia. We are very fortunate to live in a beautiful part of the world. I'll just get you closer. Here's my railing, and you can look out and just enjoy the view for a second. And if anybody has any questions, be free to type it to me quickly and I can respond to you live.